Hi, I'm John Scholl, President of Service Quality Institute. Welcome to Service First, Session 10, Service Recovery. In this session, we will examine the topic of service recovery by defining it in both its simplest and most complex forms. Next, we will apply our definition to the workplace and provide you with examples of service recovery in action. And finally, we will describe the many benefits that can be derived from your knowledge and application of service recovery techniques. Before we begin, though, I think it's important to quickly review the 5 principles of Service First. These principles are the foundation for exceptional customer service at any level. Without them, our attempts to master service recovery or any other aspect of customer service would fall short of anticipated success. The first principle of Service First is to feel good about yourself and the work you do. Feeling good about yourself goes a long way toward feeling good about satisfying customers. The second principle of Service First is practicing habits of courtesy every day and with everyone you deal with. Creating a welcome environment for your customers can add years to their lifetime of doing business with you. The third principle of Service First is to use positive communication. A real professional is judged not only by what they say, but how they say it. The fourth principle of Service First is the ability to listen and ask questions to make sure that you understand your customers' needs and expectations. And the fifth principle of Service First is to perform professionally in every aspect of your job. Be prompt and efficient really counts with today's customer, and so does the personal touch. How can the principles of Service First be applied to service recovery? Our topic of this session. Before we can really understand that question, we must first understand what service recovery is. When your goal is to provide exceptional service for customer satisfaction, an unhappy customer is like a giant stereo speaker at your front door blaring, "Stop! Something's wrong! They've got a problem! Don't come in here!" No one wants this type of advertising, but most businesses are not prepared to deal with it either. That's where service recovery comes into play. Service recovery is making things right when they go wrong. Service is an attitude and level of performance. When the customer is not happy, you must take the necessary steps to return them to a delighted state of being. Recovery is the act of doing this, of returning the situation to a normal state and making the customer happy or satisfied again.
Service recovery is part of an overall focus on identifying and responding to customer needs and expectations. Service recovery means not accepting that you can't please everybody. On the contrary, dedication to service recovery insists that every employee do everything possible to please every customer every time. Let's take a look at an illustration of poor service and see if there is a way to utilize service recovery.
Hi, this is Brett Simmons from Positive Organizational Behavior, www.brettlsimmons.com. I want to talk to you briefly today about a really interesting study I just found. I'm a huge fan of the service profit chain, which tells us to grow our business, we really need to be impressing our customers. And the key to be impressing our customers are our employees. And the bottom line for me is we need to impress the socks off of our employees if we want to impress our customers and grow our businesses. This study took it a step further and looked at the effect of those people managing our employees, what effect their performance and satisfaction had on the service profit chain. So the study is called Store Manager Performance and Satisfaction. You can read the rest of the title there. 2010 in the Journal of Applied Psychology, one of our best research journals. The data comes from 306 store managers. They surveyed those 306 managers. 1,600 employees they surveyed, employees that were having direct contact with customers, over 57,000 customers, and this was a 610 store chain that sells women's clothing and accessories. Here's what we already knew from the service profit chain. Again, revenue growth was related to customer satisfaction, and that's driven by how employees perform and the extent to which they are satisfied and committed. Already knew that. What we didn't know was the effect of those people managing those service employees. How do they impact the service profit chain? And this study had some really interesting findings. First and foremost, they found that the manager's performance and satisfaction and the interaction of performance and satisfaction had a direct effect on employee performance, such that the more satisfied managers were and the better they performed, the more satisfied employees would be and the better they would perform. So that's a significant finding. In addition to that, they found another direct effect between managerial performance and satisfaction and customer satisfaction, in addition to its work through employee performance. And then finally, they found a further direct effect of management performance and satisfaction on the revenue growth of the store. So this is all in addition to what we already knew about the service profit chain. So the bottom line is how we manage our managers matters as much as how we manage our employees, because we want to be impressing the socks off of our employees. We can't forget about impressing the socks off of the people that manage those employees. And here's how they measured performance. They looked at how well those managers did staffing and training, how well they accomplished leadership and inspiration, and inventory and merchandising management. And in terms of satisfaction, they looked at the manager's satisfaction with pay, promotion, supervisors, co-workers' benefits, and then just their overall satisfaction. So again, if you want to live by the service profit chain, which I would highly recommend, you got to be taking care of your employees. But if you're not taking care of your managers as well, you're missing out on what we now know is a very important link, because management performance and satisfaction has been suggested now to have a direct impact on employee performance and satisfaction, customer satisfaction, and revenue growth. All right, as always, please leave a comment. Love to hear what you think. www.brettlsimmons.com. Have a great day.